Okay. Gotta love all them months of paying yourself to stream.
Welcome in. I may be the mix off, I'll go streets, but I'll be the first. And you know, I'll do my streaming of this, you should definitely go take a look at that. I'll also do streaming with Jason here.
Here comes the two. The two is coming for you.
Hi, welcome to Cutscene. If you're doing this right, you're about to meet three asshole tombs who are just trying to have a fucking moment. I'm Eric.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Quith.
And welcome to Cutscene by I Beat It First.
It's still ridiculous on how saying Edgerunners for over a month now has yet to have gotten old.
Over a month? No. Way longer than a month.
I guess it's true.
It's like
we had
2 months because we had that delay from when we had episode 100 that's not making its fucking light of day. and when we first announced that we were going to be doing Edgerunners. Don't get caught with the Edgerunners.
Edgerunners.
Oh man. Welcome into episode 102. Cyberpunk Edgerunners, episodes 8 through 10.
This is the final end of it. It's over.
It's over. Like literally, by the end of this anime, it's fucking over.
I want to know what asshole was out there being like, so when's the sequel coming? It's just like, shut the fuck up, dude. Did you not watch the anime?
I mean, there could be a sequel.
Sure. You could be like, hey,
whole new cast of characters with, what's her name?
Whole new story. You'd have to do like a whole new story, I think. I think you'd just be like, on the other side of the planet, like let's tell it from Militech, or let's do it instead of like a street gang upbringing, let's do like a corpo version of it all, stuff like that. Yeah, you could.
I don't know if people are gonna really want to watch the corpo, other than the fact that they would just be watching it, crossing their fingers that each episode would be the last one for the corpo assholes.
No, I mean, like in the game, you can choose your path, and one of them is corpo, that you came from the corporation, and it's like the just like it was for the guy with the 3 eyes when they double crossed him, and just like, yeah, you're fucked, man. Who gives a shit about you? It's the same thing as the backstory there. So you could do that, and then they're like revenge, and that's their whole story too. But then they have the end of corporateness, whatever. They just wrote it all themselves.
I'm just watching as NVIDIA Broadcast apparently decided to run the congratulations video
super fast.
Fast forward.
For half a second, I was just like, did you make it so that every time we said Edgerunners, it would like increase speed by 0.5 or something like that? It was like,
Nah. I'm not that coding guy. That ain't me. But man, it is moving lightning fast. I think I'm gonna have to change that, because that is just gonna be
faster.
It is.
I think it's getting faster.
It's going faster.
Edgerunners keeps going.
Oh my god! Wait! Did it slow down? It did.
Slow down.
Okay, for those of you that are listening to this podcast, we do this on Twitch as well, and we all use NVIDIA Broadcast. NVIDIA Broadcast allows you to do, backgrounds as well as just complete like background removal, and you can play videos. Well, it decided that my congratulations video from Evangelion would just randomly go at quadruple speed.
It's all chromed
But how I
out.
remember that.
It
ending anyway,
did.
so.
It got all chromed out. Fucking chooms.
Psychosis.
Oh wait, hang on. I think I found a good one. Go ahead and keep talking there, Jason.
Oh my god, that's all. That's all. I don't know. It's just, I'm not surprised that there's not going to be a sequel. That's fine. I mean, the world of Cyberpunk is just depressing as fuck. I mean, if you're
So
watching this,
depressing.
being like, "Hey, that was great," it's super depressing. And so, like, the end here. I mean, obviously, if you haven't watched through episode 10 yet, what are you doing? Go watch that. Otherwise, we're going to just spoil it all like crazy.
Yeah.
But the end, we called it that everyone dies. I was actually surprised that Lucy didn't die. I remember hearing someone say that Lucy was done dirty, and I was expecting something more fucked up for her. But if anything, Rebecca was the one done dirty, in my opinion. Like,
all right, Lucy was done dirty because she was fucking out of commission basically this entire block of fucking episodes. And
that's true.
Actually, this entire like second half, she's barely done anything except for that half episode stint of hacking.
She made it clear that she was trying to remove.
Oh yeah. I just mean like at all
Mm-hmm.
in the anime. Like they had that half a episode of her hacking like on the side, and then that was it. Everything else that she's done, she's just been off to the side. And then these last like 2 episodes, she was basically unconscious and captured the entire time. So I done dirty in that aspect. Not done dirty.
I thought it meant like in story.
That is done dirty in story though too. I mean, that's just
not like that's done dirty in narrative. Like done dirty in story would have been like, oh man, she got the short end of the straw at the end of it all. And it's just like she didn't just like all my friends are dead. That sucks for sure.
And her
but
boyfriend,
it's just like
the
and
love
her boyfriend,
of her life,
like everything she knew and loved is dead. 100%.
but she made it to the moon.
But I think Rebecca just being like, I just want to help my friends, and this guy that I love that won't give me the second half of a day. I'm trying to save his girl, and I just get like absolutely pile drived into like the center of the
shit.
It's just like, yeah, that's 10 times worse in my opinion.
Like
and she at any time could have just
Falcon
been like,
punch of enormous proportions.
nah, I'm out. Yeah, I mean, like anytime except for being like obviously insane person was just like could have just again like you're going crazy. Everyone could see he's going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We all knew this was a one-way trip. Like even then, like when she first found him with all like the drugs strapped to his back, and he's just like, "Dude, Rebecca, do me a solid, and just keep me sane long enough to make this happen." She was like, "Sounds great, let's go, like party." I don't know. I just she got the raw deal.
Yeah, she got raw dogged
sure.
this entire last half as well too. I mean, she still got to kill a bunch of people. She was happy about that.
True.
So,
this is true.
She
This
does
was her
enjoy
favorite
killing.
thing.
Yeah, she got to kill things. She got them big ass hands too.
Some
So
gorilla mitts.
yeah, but man, whew. All right. So episode 8. I'm trying to remember everything that happened in episode 8.
Yeah, it's them building up the fact that, like, hey, he's now a good leader, and they're wanting Lucy back, and they finally bring out the fact of the double cross. That it's just like, all right, they're trying to find Lucy. They don't know who's killing all of these hackers and stuff like that. And at the same time, we got to get David. We don't know who David is, but we know he's someone special. And it all kind of came together in episode 8, being like, all right, we've identified the hacker, and we've identified that the person that we're after is also part of this.
Yeah, and what
that's
she
when they
did
got
it for.
Right. And then that's when we got the fixer, whatever his name is, to be like, all right, I'll double cross my double cross, because he was working for Militech and being a spy or whatever. And then he was just like, all right, now I'm gonna switch it back over for Arasaka and sell Militech just so I can have a better promotion type thing.
Yeah.
Basically, like the guy from Activision that sold out all of his people for a higher pension with Microsoft. Same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe as much murder. We don't know. We have no idea. I'm not saying it's not possible.
I mean,
That's true.
He's still in that position for some reason.
Exactly. He knows where all those bodies are buried for sure.
Fuck that guy. He's just
Corpo, man.
He's just as
Corpo,
bad
yeah.
as the fixer. Yeah. Fucking Corpo. Oh man. Yeah. So, all right. So I think I want to because there's so much action that happens in this, but so there's not like as much substance to really talk about other than like just talking about, like how we think it all went down, like personally, like how it is that you viewed it. And my biggest problem with this anime is that the cyberpsychosis like seems to come on like that. And you would think that there's more build up to it. There's supposed to be more build up to it. And I think the issue is, and we talked about it on the last one, that in order to do it right, it would have had to be more than 12 episodes. Yeah. But it not long enough to be 26 episodes. Yeah. And Netflix was like, no, you ain't got the budget for that. We only got the budget for this. And then they condensed it all down. But too much.
I mean, they had the time leap, and then they've shown Tremors. And they've shown Tremors. They did it a lot with Maine to show him starting to go. And I think they had a slower burn on Maine than they did for him.
Yeah.
Just because they wanted David to go like just absolute fucking nutters to the wall with the skeleton, which was just insane in itself. And then like my problem then is something similar, is just like, how many times can he reach his quote unquote limit? And it's just like, all right, so the suit's injecting him with stuff. Rebecca's injecting him with stuff. And they ran out of that like at like minute 10 of the last episode. And it was like, all right, so we're at the final. And then it's just like he goes into berserk mode at least like 3-4 times and still comes back. I'm just like, all right, come on.
But they were supposed to be military grade ones that he got from the doctor. I'm pretty certain that they were military grade ones inside of the suit.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like, pretty sure that suit's got enough in it too. So whatever. Yeah, it was just
although the suit is supposedly takes a lot of people out, so
true.
So he did last longer than what normal people would have done. Normal people were done after the first battle with Miltech.
True. That is very, very true. But it's like I don't know. I feel like the story has been done a disservice. That narratively there's more that could have been there. And I don't know why they didn't do it. Because even adding in like one more episode or so, getting it to 12. Like they could have just done some side missions. And as much as we laugh about like side missions and whatnot and like anime that don't have any bearing into the overarching story for it, like an episode here, an episode there, there's a reason for some of those, and that's to make it so that like pacing fits in properly. And it's like, sure, there's not really any bearing to the outcome, but you still kind of need it.
More of the cracks coming in, and
yeah,
they wanted it balls to the wall. I mean, that's very evident in these last few episodes. So it's just like, now all I want is I just want to draw blood and gore as much as I possibly can, and let's do that. Because the world of Cyberpunk is very deep. There's a lot going on, and if you've played the games, they obviously not if you play the games, they take a lot of liberties of you of playing the games to understand a lot of like the stuff that they showed on screen slightly, and they don't really go into any detail on, which is fine. I think that's the chances of you never playing the games and watching this anime, and or vice versa, I think is very low. If you're one of those people, congratulations, you missed a lot. But yeah, exactly.
Hey,
but
let's be honest though. So even now, Cyberpunk still has some issues.
Agreed. No, I'm not going to defend that at all. And I think that for me, it's just like, they couldn't plan the anime being like, hey, this game's going to look like trash, or it's going to have tons of problems. Let's make this anime crap too. I don't think that was the plan.
Yeah.
At all in this. Yeah, I don't know. And the action was good. And it was like very actiony, balls to the wall. But there's better action scenes throughout the series than in these last 2 episodes. This one was just, I wish they would have focused more on some of the cool stuff. Like when he finally did get in the suit, that scene where he just went ape shit. Like they had him like doing as a square or a triangle, attacking squares most of the time on a map. And I'm just like, this is the time. This is the time to just like show it. And like the scenes that they did show, like him crushing that squad of people into like paste and stuff like that. I was just like, oh, that was kind of cool and gnarly and jazz, but it's just like, like why that was the time. And instead now you had like him going through the city throwing cars everywhere. It was just like, this is like woefully inefficient way to use this suit. Like it's just like do something cool. Like it's like do something neat, Murder Man. Like do it.
And I honestly like, so going back to what you were saying about how often he went psychotic and then came back from the brink. There should have honestly just been like one or two times where he went psycho, got brought back, was able to kind of like stay calm, fight, like without being just completely psycho the entire time. And then like go psycho again, get brought back by Lucy, only to then go psycho one last time to protect everybody. Like I feel like that would have been better.
Yeah. Because I mean, he just the shaking and the going nuts was way too much. And they did a better job with Maine of him being like, I'm somewhere else in my mind and I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. And that's why I'm going crazy. And I have a little bit of lucidity while I'm going nuts just to pass on my advice and my arms to my protege. And but he like never got that chance because I guess the drugs were keeping him still in there.
Well, he was just like, he was doing semi lucid, a little bit stuff. Like they were showing the conversations and stuff. Yeah.
But I mean, I think they could have done a much better job of that, of just being like they did that like fake scene where it was for Lucy's benefit or whatever, where like she was like, when she escaped and like, you think we wouldn't have a back door or a contingency plan? And then it did like the loop of like, oh, I'm not gonna do this. Oh, I'm gonna get out of the machine. And then it was just like, nope, that didn't actually happen. He's still in there and he's gonna get in the machine. And it's just like, oh, what? Wait, what? Oh, murder. Okay, whatever. I get it. Yeah. And so I mean, that kind of thing would have been cool. Like if he just like if they would have done that, even though they kind of already did it, but if he was just like, you know what, you're right, I'm not going to get in the machine, let's get out of here, let's do this, and then come up with an amazing plan like of action, go through it all the jazz like that. And then it's just like you get to the end, it's just like David, and then you wake up and he's in the suit and it's just like what's going on? And then you just do a 5-minute cutscene, or not even 5 minutes, just like a 5-minute like flashback of him being like, you've been crazy this entire time, and let's just show what all that you did. You get in the machine and coming out Mecha God and just going AWOL. That would have been kind of cool. And then his first chance of being lucid is with Lucy there being like, what the fuck did you do to yourself? And he's just like, yep, lucid? You do? I don't know. And he'd be like, I did it for the Edgerunners.
I went for lucid.
And I would have accepted, because like he basically went like psycho immediately as soon as that software booted up, and it would have been better to see him like grit it and like fight it for a while, and then finally go psycho, get brought back like I said, and then like go psycho again in the time that you think is going to be the last. Like how is he going to get pulled out? And then
Smasher.
Wait, but like, how's he gonna get pulled out? And then Lucy pulls him out, and then he voluntarily goes psycho.
Right.
Like if he just drops all of his defenses, stops fighting it, and voluntarily goes psycho in order to save Lucy and everybody else. Although
I like that a lot better. It's just like, I got this, guys. Don't worry, I'm out of here. I have 2 seconds of my mind left, and then just have like the, don't worry, mommy, I'll protect you. And everyone's just like, oh shit, get out.
Yeah.
And then, you can have the battle with Adam, and Adam still could have his lecture with him and all that jazz like that, but the dude's just going nuts, and Lucy can get away and blah, 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 blah.
Yep. Yeah. And then knowing the timeline for this, like, it's like, I haven't played the games, but I know some. It's like knowing the timeline that this all takes place before the game, then you know that Adam Smasher makes it out of this live because he's in the games. So, I don't know. It's good. Artistically, it's good. Like, art-wise, it's really good. The action sequences that they show are good, but man, I feel that the story really let me down.
Yeah, they went for pretty. They went for the chrome. They didn't go for the substance.
Yeah. And that's, I think, the biggest problem. That's my biggest problem with this anime, and I felt disconnected. Like, I didn't really feel like I necessarily was like invested in it because of that. You know what I mean?
Same. Yeah.
Is that what we were supposed to be feeling though? Because I mean, at the end of the day, these are just punk kids, just like that, and you shouldn't trust them, and everyone dies in Night City eventually, and yada yada yada. So I mean, without there being any kind of like real connection, it's just like, you don't really feel it, and that's the overarching theme of this dystopian world.
But
you don't care. You're
supposed to feel a connection to the anime, though. That's what I mean. Like, yeah, I didn't have anything that was actually like pulling me in other than just gore. That was it. And it's like that was the only thing that was going on was action with it was worse than watching like a Rambo movie.
But yeah, unnecessary nudity, like especially in this last few, it's just like cool, like not needed anymore at this point. Like we're already there.
We see her cyber vagina. We've seen it already before. Yep. Oh look, he's
blue
sitting
nipples.
there naked again.
So edgy. And it's just like, all right, I get it.
So edgy.
Yeah.
So edgy. But Edgerunners.
Edge movies. We just all just about the boobies and the killing.
The boobies and the killing.
Pretty sure that's what David's mental state was like at the end of it. There, he was just sitting in front of you. He's just gotta do it for the boobies and the killing. Well, I'm an Edgerunners.
I'm here for the Edgerunners, and that's it.
Yep. I'm all about them boobies and them killing for them boobies.
But okay, again though, as somebody that didn't play the games, like I was sitting there wondering, like, oh, okay, so he's moving up in the Arasaka Corporation. Like, it did Giancarlo Esposito have a voice acting role in the game? No, he didn't, because he's dead. So that answered my question for me after he died. And I did like that he had 3 full-size eyeballs in those like super closely stacked like eye slits. Because once that happened, it was like, that's 4 eyes. No, and they're all regular size eyeballs. I was like, yep, no, yeah, that's that's how we're doing this. Okay, I mean, none of that makes sense, but okay.
None of this makes sense.
Physics and biology be damned. Nobody cares.
I did like that he was like, you're not going to die yet. I got, I'm going to torture you, or I got questions for you later on. And then the premium medicals team still showed up and was just like, don't mind.
Yeah, that part was great. It was like, oh, fuck this. I'm not letting you go.
My job. Don't worry. I mean, what would you do? Like, you're supposed to be SWAT, right? Like, you're supposed to show up and say whatever. And you get there, and there's Atom Smasher and this dude that's half machine. It's just like,
don't mind us.
This is above
We're
our pay
just
grade.
Here doing our job, trying to get out. Please don't kill us. Oh, shit. Yeah, it was just like, oh my god.
Just murdered out all these people in 5 seconds.
Yeah, they're like sitting there watching him just fucking own an entire squadron of people. And they're just like,
like they got far too. It's like it's not like they were just like right there. It was just like they got like 10 yards away. Like doop. After pulling the flying in there too, because they flew in there with the thing. It was just like, fuck. All right, what are we gonna do? Steven. Run out there. Wear your sneakers and go get that dude.
Fuck. We're all gonna die, aren't we?
Ridiculous.
But
then,
funny.
Like yeah, funny.
Yes.
I mean, like back to the story, like Kiwi's like betrayal, well, like not exactly like, oh, I saw that come from a million miles away. That whole like arc of it was painfully pathetic. It's just like, Kiwi, I'm going to betray everyone I know and love because don't trust anybody in Night City. Hey, guy I just betrayed my time with, please let me trust you so that you don't double cross me. Oh, no, you double cross me? Don't trust anybody in Night City. Oh, I'm going to still die. It was just like, yeah. What were you trying to get to? Like, what
did you think was going to happen?
He even said, like, we'll go into Arasaka. I'll take you up. And it was just like, that's like the definition of trust. Like, it was just like, what are you doing here? I don't know. That bugged me.
Yeah, there's so many things, and but I have a feeling that a lot of that bad narrative still stems into the game as well when it comes to those portions. So that's not entirely surprising in my opinion.
I mean, yes, but like it's still it would like it's not the main mnemonic device for the game. Like the main thing of the game is insanity, and you're going on with Johnny Silverhand, and he's just like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna do whatever you want." So there's a lot of things that you're like trusting and mistrusting is not in your control. Is that's how the story works. But for her, you know, it's just like she's her own character. There's nothing going on. She's like, "Don't trust anybody. I'm gonna trust you." Oh crap, you double crossed me. Oh, I'm shocked. It's just like, I
Oh no, I'm so
oh
shocked. Oh yeah, it's I don't know. I it's to the point where it's like, okay, I think we've talked about everything. There's not really much more to talk about with this anime because there wasn't a whole lot in that, like in this last block of episodes. So I guess I'm ready to just rate it. Are we?
Sure.
I mean, you got anything else to talk about on it, Jason?
I mean, she gets to the moon. Hooray!
Yeah, she got to the moon.
Like, it was weird. It's just like she was like, it's a one-way trip, but that was definitely not like a one-way trip.
No, it was a one-way trip for that price. So that whole thing was like at that price, like, oh, it's only $250,000. It's like, that's nothing. She's like, that's a one-way trip. He's like, oh, never mind. Yeah, because like you gotta think about it. It's like, oh yeah, it's $250,000 to get there. It's $2 million to get back. that's where they get you.
That job was 1.5 million, right? So between her and Falco, or whatever his name was, that means they have 750 each, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. She can do it. I guess.
Well, and whatever else they have
in that job. Yeah.
From all the other odd jobs. Well, sorry, we don't know how many odd jobs they did because
it was over
we didn't
a year
really
or
see
two.
It. Yeah. And we didn't really see a whole lot. But yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's this anime could have been so much better. Yes. And it's not to say that it's more unwatchable. But it also, if I go back to watch it again, it's only to A, see if I missed some stuff in all the action, and B, maybe watch the action again. But I don't really view it as like a rewatchable thing, in my opinion.
Nope. I agree. It wasn't bad, but I have zero desire to ever watch it again.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I'm ready to rate it. Jason, what do you give it?
No, you go first. You're ready. You go it.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 6.5. There's no rewatchability for it in my opinion. It was like nudity for nudity's sake, which is what happens in Cyberpunk. That's fine. I mean, thank God for this last half of it. We didn't have to see a bunch of fat guys getting digital blowjobs from fleshlights in the middle of the street. Like they got rid of that shock and awe portion of it. But there just wasn't enough story. There wasn't enough substance in this anime for me to warrant it as a good anime. It's a passable anime. It is a good action movie to watch or action show, but it doesn't have nearly enough. And the dialogue is So yeah, 6.5. Chris?
I was debating between like a 6 and a 7. So kind of right around that kind of 6.5 that you were kind of going with. I mean, the art's great. The action's pretty good. It does fit with the game. But yeah, the story's just not really there. Like I kind of felt let down in the first batch of episodes with, that kind of montage, which is also kind of thing in the game, but it also kind of gives you lack of character development. After that first batch of episodes, I didn't feel connected to any of the characters. And at the end of this, I still don't know if I really have a whole lot of connection. Like, I mean, there was some kind of pain when Maine died, a little bit, like somewhat sensitive feeling there, but on the other characters, not really. Like, my background is like how I got killed right now because that's kind of what happened here. Everyone died except for the one girl. But
the final
I
girl.
actually cared when Yeah. But I cared when these characters died.
Yeah, every one of them. You cared about every single one of them dying in Akagame Kill.
But that speaks to the anime's length, though. I mean,
yes,
that's a big part of
that
it.
One
there.
was what, a 24 episode one.
Yes,
So
but
kind of
even the early characters when they died in that anime, like when they died early on, you still cared. Like they,
I mean, the early,
they did a good job.
I agree, because the early death here was the golden hand fuckboy, and you were just like, "Fuck, good." I don't.
Yeah, he's annoying as shit.
Did not care for him whatsoever. Yeah, exactly. It's just like bummer.
When Akame got killed in the first episode, you find out his friends from school are all like dead and tortured.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck.
It's like, and that's again, that anime is one of the ones where the abridged treatment somehow makes it better. Because the abridged version of Akame ga Kill is fucking hilarious and awesome when it comes to that. But yeah, it's like you care about every one of those deaths that happens in that. So yeah, that's a very good point, Chris. You didn't care. So what are you gonna settle on for your final score, though?
I think I'll go with 6.
You go with the 6. All right. Jason?
I'm gonna agree with Chris with it being a 6. It was, the art was there, which was the only thing I was just like sometimes like, ooh, that's nice, but a lot of times it was not. Like there was plenty of action scenes where it was just like, is that guy just circles? Like it's just like, okay, like whatever, I get it. Like it's fast, but it wasn't there. And I agree 100% with you guys. The story just was lacking. It was fun. It was a good ride. Glad we did watch it. I'll say that. But like a forgettable taco. It's still a taco.
It's like a 6 for a taco. It's a taco.
It's a taco.
Glad I ate it.
It's got all the things that define it as a taco. It's just meat was under seasoned.
Glad I ate that taco.
Yep. At least it wasn't Taco Bell.
Order that taco again.
Good job. At least it wasn't Knights and Magic. Good job. Right, we got past.
Did you just compare Taco Bell to Knights and Magic?
Now, what's really confusing is which one's better?
Taco Bell. Hands down.
Especially during our 24-hour stream. That Taco Bell was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Taco Bell was like orgasmic. I needed
you
that
do not
so bad.
You do not besmirch Taco Bell, Jason.
In the world
I know
of
how
tacos,
much you
Eric,
love Taco Bell.
In the world of tacos, if you were to be like, you know what? Don't miss out on some Taco Bell. Go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. As far as fast food, number one in fast food is Taco Bell.
Jason,
like
you can attest. You can attest with me that I have had some tacos that are definitely not as good as Taco Bell.
I think we've all had some tacos that are definitely not as good as Taco
Bell. You have eaten some of the same ones that I have where you're just like, this fucking sucks. Like, how do you fuck this up? For those of you that don't know, Jason and I are certified taco judges. We have judged many Arizona taco festivals before, and you'd be surprised at apparently how easy it is to fuck up a taco.
I'll tell you this. As horrible as some of those tacos that I did have when we were judging were, they didn't do the after effects that Taco Bell will do to me almost every single time.
I never have the after effects problem with Taco Bell. Taco Bell is just Taco Bell. Yeah. It's not as bad as like when we used to eat a Chipotle burrito on lunch break. We had to run back to the bathroom because you had accustomed yourself so much that your body just knows like, oh, Chipotle burrito's coming in. I gotta make room. But that's beside the point. All right, so a 6, a 6, and a 6.5. It was just kind of there, people. Sorry, unpopular opinion. Edge 1 is not that great. All right, so Chris has chosen our next anime. And Chris, before we talk about this a little bit more, is this only available on High Dive?
I believe so.
Okay, so you're going to need a High Dive or a High Dive trial, one of the two, to watch this. However, if you know anime, and you know what high dive is, then you might know what we're getting ourselves into with this anime. However, it does currently have over 4.5 out of 5 stars on my anime list. And we are going to be watching an anime that is still currently going, but it will be over by the time that we get to these last 4 episodes. Akiba Maid War.
Maid Cafe Turf Wars.
Life at a maid cafe isn't as easy as serving tea. Newcomer Nagomi must do her best to elevate the pig hut over the other maid cafes, vying for top ranking. But she soon discovers not everything as it seems amid the maid cafes in Akihabara. In which case, yes, there is apparently a lot of fighting. Looks like episode 3 has a boxing match in it.
Okay.
So, oh my god. It's not just okay, elevate the pig hut. However, as I'm reading some of the synopses, started a job at the pig themed Oinky Doink Maid Cafe.
Oh my god. So expect a ton of fan service is what you're telling me.
It's a fucking maid cafe. Of course you're going to expect a ton of fan service. It probably has no more nor no less than a Sailor Moon episode. And if you tell me Sailor Moon doesn't have fan service, then you obviously have not watched any of the transformations.
Then you were an 8-year-old boy watching those things, like, very interested.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Super interested.
Yeah. Why do you like Sailor Moon, little boy?
Transforming. We should transform more.
Yeah.
Can
we just have her transform like
pretty good
4 or 5 times an episode? That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You know, I wasn't sure about the Sailor Moon show, and then it started transforming, and all of a sudden it got way better.
Okay, what is the video game series? Senran Kagura. It's like that. Except Senran Kagura actually has nipples. And you really should feel bad about watching that because they are all underage. All right. Okay, so that's it. So we're going to watch Akiba Maid War, episodes 1 through 4. There are 12 episodes in this one, so we're going to be good on that. So episodes 1 through 4 for our next episode 103 of Cutscene. Jason, blog roll us out.
All right, everybody. Hey, you, yes, you, if you're watching us or listening to us, guess what? We love you. Thank you very much for spending your time here with us at Cutscene, whether it be a good decision or a bad one. We still had fun, and we hope you did too. Who are we? We are I Beat It First. You can find out more about us at ibeatitfirst.com. That's our website. You're listening to our anime podcast, which is Cutscene, which if you're just now figuring this out, welcome from your coma that you've been listening to, and I'm sorry that they chose to have you listen to.
Yeah, what kind of a jerk put us on in the middle of your coma?
102 episodes of anime podcasting by 3 assholes, but welcome to the world.
Maybe you've been in a coma for a really long time, and they're just trying to keep you abreast of anime.
Maybe you were like hardcore otaku, and it's just like, I know what we can do to make them.
Also, happy. If you are a wife that is waking up to this because your husband put them over your ears to try and get you to like anime, he chose very poorly.
Very poorly. Very poorly. He probably really liked Edgerunners. So welcome on in. Obviously, please, if you disagree with us that you loved Edgerunners and you want us to do more Edgerunning, please send us an email at anything at ibeatitfirst.com. We had Chris, Jason, Eric, Cutscene at ibeatitfirst.com. Let us know what you think, what you hate, what you love. If our opinions are stupid, or if you just want to agree on how stupid everything was, it's fine. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to hear your opinions or suggestions for next animes. This one that we're doing next sounds like a gas. I guess. While you're at our website, please click on the charity tab. Check out all of our different charities that we do up there. We do a whole bunch of stuff for Extra Life. We just finished actually our 24-hour stream a couple of weeks ago, and we earned so far well over $5,000 for the kids of Phoenix Children's Hospitals. So please check out the charity stream or charity tab up there. You can donate still to our Extra Life for the remainder of the year, which would be absolutely awesome. If you don't feel like donating money, we also have our Throne account, which is one of the only charity Throne accounts out there. All of the gifts on our Throne are set for kids at Phoenix Children's Hospital, and anything you buy there goes directly to them. They don't come to us. We don't touch them. We don't look at them. That's the way that's set up, just so that they can accept stuff directly without having to accept physical stuff due to, COVID and all the pandemic and all the jazz like that. So really cool opportunity to be able to show your support for, the kids. Really
Yay,
cool.
kids. We are at
on our website,
$5,615.55.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome. That is so cool. While you're there, also, you can check out our entire myriad of libraries of podcasts that are available for you. You can check it out by clicking on the podcast link or by going to ibif.co. That's ibif.co. And you can see our different podcasts that are available for you. There's this one that you're listening to right now. Shocker. We have Patch Notes, which is our a podcast where we talk to small indie devs for games that they're making, more about them and their thought process and who they are more than their game. We talk about their game a little bit, but we also like to find out and get into their brain. Really cool stuff. Then also we have our main podcast, which is the I Beat It First podcast, where we talk about news, video games, and all kinds of stuff that has to do with nerd culture and all that jazz, except for anime. That's what we're doing right now. Anime here, gaming there. It's fun. It's great. And a little bit of both everywhere. Let's just be honest. Other than that, though, please drop us a line. We'd love to know what you're thinking. You can find our podcast wherever you want. You can find us, like Eric mentioned earlier, that we do stream our podcast. Every single one we try to do on Mondays live at twitch.tv/ibeatitfirst. You can watch us live there, contribute if you want to or not, or make fun of us or see how ugly we are in person, which is always fun. You can then also, of course, watch us stream. Eric and Chris do a great job of streaming throughout the week, playing actual games, while I sit back, relax, laugh at their strife, and play stuff that I really want instead. And yeah, that's about it. Check us out. We're having fun. Find us wherever you find your podcasts, and we would love to hear from you. Other than that, have a good time.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jason. Again, you can catch us in 2 weeks where we will be watching Akiba Maid War, episodes 1 through 4. We will be rating out after this, so everybody on Twitch, stick around. But we can't end any podcast without Chris saying...
Bye-bye!
Recording stopped.
Wow. You don't need to be so close when you do it, Chris.
Kept going.
All right, we're going to raid into Daft, because Daft is streaming tonight. We might as well, because we don't normally get a chance to raid into Daft Boy Trunks. But thanks a lot, everybody, for joining us for the podcast. And we will see you guys later this week for more Vidimo games. Bye-bye.